Hey everyone, so excited to have you here for Searchie Success. We have Dr. Tatiana Habanova with us today, and she is going to share with us her Searchie Hub. But before we get started, I wanted to just hear from Tatiana a little bit about her business and how she got started, what she's doing, all the exciting things she has going on. So tell us a little bit about your business and who you are and what you got going on.
Thank you, Michelle. Well, I really appreciate you doing these Searchie Successes. I think it's just a wonderful kickoff to what you're doing, and thank you for having me on. And I am happy to share what I'm doing. I have been a brick and mortar business for 20 years, so I am a total newbie when it comes to the online space. I am learning and totally lost, but learning and growing little by little. I ended up right after COVID, just, hearing about Stu, never heard about him before, Tribe, like all of that. So I went through, Tribe, and I became a member and, implementing the things that Stu talked about, but still kind of lost and not sure how to put the tech together. I understood how to, create a success path and try to set up a membership, but I was still sort of lost and confused. But I stayed with Tribe and Tribe membership, and then Stu announced Searchie. I believe it was maybe the summer or the fall of 2020. And so I went ahead and I thought, oh, this is really cool. I really loved all the features. I love the idea of you could search the terms. And I knew I was going to be doing a lot of videos with a lot of technical terms for my audience. So I really like that. But actually I was kind of confused using that first free month of Searchie, and I just was like, I'm not ready. This is too much for me. And I backed out, and I was like, I need to go back to the drawing boards and figure out what I need to do. So just plucking along. And then Stu came out with, I believe it was around Christmas in December, he came out with this Planet Build It workshop, I think they're calling it. And it's basically a 6-month access to Searchie and a training. So Stu went through again some of the stuff he touched base with in the Tribe program about how to create your success path and things like that. So that was really great because I needed to kind of refresh that. And then we also did this amazing training that Will and Paulina did for a week, for 5 days, and they helped us build out what's called a hub inside of Searchie. And it was just all the light bulbs just went off, all the ducks in a row came together, and I just implemented their training. They gave us little thumbnails, they gave us little tiny videos to upload, and I just followed along, and they did a great job. And then come Friday was the end of the last training, and I was like, well, basically what I need to do is swap this out to be like my colors and my thumbnails and to say like the things that I want to do about women's brain health. And they did it like a gym membership or a coaching program for like workouts or something. So I just needed to swatch it. I thought I can do this. So I somehow stumbled upon you, I think probably in one of the Facebook groups. I'm a template queen. I love to use templates, and I don't have a creative bone in my body. So Michelle, you were so generous to share with me your amazing, gorgeous templates that you made in Canva that were the thumbnails that I was able to use. So I jumped on Canva and I created the thumbnails for the banner, for the header area, for all the little modules and things like that. And, got into the hub and kind of followed along, but I had the training. And I just switched a few things out. Honestly, I didn't do anything crazy, and voila, my site's set up, ready to go. I mean, I was so excited. This has been such a hurdle that has not allowed me to move forward. All I have to do now to finish is literally just create the content. I just have to film my videos and create a couple of PDFs, and I am ready to launch.
That's
I
so
am ready to
awesome.
send this out. So I'm so grateful to you for your thumbnails, because that was a big piece, and obviously the training that Searchie did was monumental. So if I can do it, I know anyone else can, because seriously, I don't have a tech bone in my body or a creative bone. And I'm super excited. I've gotten a lot of great feedback from people about the site, friends, some Searchie, Tribe, in the Facebook group and stuff. A lot of people are saying how pretty it looks and how pleasing it is to the eye. And it's a female based, so it's got that softness to it that I wanted. And I couldn't be more happier with it. I had in the past tried to create this on another platform, and I was struggling for 2 or 3 months trying to figure out how to put all the pieces together. And I had some coaching who's a really awesome coach, by the way. She really is. I think the platform was too difficult, but Searchie and the Searchie hubs is really easy. And I'm so excited to use more of Searchie as I get to learn more about it and
Mhm.
implement more. But I'm ready to launch my 12-week transformational signature course. And I was able to do that over basically 2 days
That
and
is
get
awesome. That is awesome.
structure set up, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, tell us just a really quick before we dive into looking, because we are going to do this. I want to, have you show us your hub. But before we do that, just tell us really briefly about your program that you're going to be launching. And so we
okay,
have a feel for that before we look at your hub. But tell
sure,
us a little bit
sure.
about your business
Yeah, yeah.
and
So it's,
your
yeah.
program that you're going to hope to launch here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's called the Healthier Brain Project. It's a 100-day program that will basically reverse cognitive decline and prevent Alzheimer's.
Oh,
Uh,
wow,
so
that is
it's
so
yeah,
incredible.
it's a pretty powerful program. It is rather robust.
Mhm.
So there are basically the 12 modules, so more or less like a 12-week program, and then we have an assessment at the beginning, and then another assessment at the end. So hence why it ends up being about 14 weeks. And then, of course, following in Stu's fashion, we're going to have an opening ceremonies and celebration at the end. So that rounds out us to the 100 days. But basically, what you'll see when I'll show you my site here in a second is you'll just see the header. And then you'll just see that we're going to do an assessment. So that's a pretty big piece. And then you'll see the modules. So all 12 weeks are there. And then another reassessment at the end. And then just some links to support to the Facebook group. I'll do a weekly Zoom. So they'll have direct access right from there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just love the simplicity. I'm tired. I'm a member in many mentorships and clubs too. And I'm tired. I get so confused trying to figure out, how do I find that Facebook group? How do I find the
Mhm.
Zoom link? How do I
Mhm.
find the replays? I'm just sometimes driving myself nuts trying to consume other people's content.
Mhm.
And I am so excited that it's just in one spot.
Mhm.
Students will just need one link, which is the link to this program. They have access, and every button they need to touch is there, and it will take them to where they need to go.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
love the simplicity, especially since the type of people I'll be working with, the women, if they're having challenges with memory and cognitive decline,
Right.
I need to keep it simple,
Right.
and simple's good. We need a little more simple in life. So
Right.
it's a basic setup. I don't think it's anything complicated. I'm sure there's more fancier things that can get done, but it works for what I need, and I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, use that kiss, keep it simple, right? I mean, that's the best way to go. I keep
Yes.
it as simple as possible. So why don't you, on that note, why don't you show us, open up your screen and show us your hub? I'm
Okay.
so excited to see it.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to share my screen,
Okay.
and there it is. So let me just open that up. All right,
Give
can
us
you
a
see it?
tour. Oh my gosh, it's
Okay, hold it. Let me put it up a little bit so it squares out nicely. So it just
I,
kind of, I think I do this. See, I'm not that tech challenged or
ah,
tech advanced, but okay. All right, so there it is there. Hopefully you can, I've got the camera.
yep, it looks great.
Okay, so at the very top, you get that the search bar, which is there all the time, and
Hmm.
there is a menu bar. I am going to build this menu out a little bit more with some
Right.
more hot links,
Yep.
but I'll get there as I kind of wrap the program up. I'm just putting the final tweaks on it. You
Hmm.
got your banner, and you can do your start here. I'll just go through it real quick here. Your let's get started. So just a welcome video for me, just some getting started tips, and then just a little tour on basically how to navigate through this whole website, basically this whole membership. I guess it's a course. I shouldn't call it a membership. It's a course.
Right.
Of course, there's our success path. So I'm still using success.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Of course, Stu style. So,
Yep.
and then that's going to, I'll click these in a second, but that's going to open up to each of the stages with a little video, as Stu has taught us to do the overall success path, and then tiny little snippets of each stage, basically, and then
Hmm.
the wrap up.
Hmm.
This is the assessment I was talking about. So this is going to open up into a whole nother page that has more links and the types of things that we would want them to assess. This is my program here. So I'll get it on the screen. So it's called the Bright Minds Program for an Ackerman. And those are each of the modules, which will then also open up in their own page and hold their own videos for this module, plus their downloadable PDFs. Obviously, the transcript is downloadable, the video can be downloadable, and the audio is also downloadable,
Hmm.
but each is housed. And then we do a recap at the very end. So that's module 12.
Hmm.
And then, basically week 13, we're reassessing the brain health after we've gone through this like kind of, almost 3-month-ish program. We're going to reassess to see what we've improved.
Hmm.
And then just some important links. So this is kind of like, a little bit of, the calendar where all the important, Zoom sessions are going to be, or checkpoints, the Facebook
Hmm.
group, support to me if they need to contact me or my team. And then here I'm going to, as the Zoom, plays happen, the replays happen, they'll be here. So
Hmm.
this is the current Zoom sessions, and then these would be the replays. And I'll just create this as a playlist so
Hmm.
they'll see week by week, and they can pop in, and it's all searchable. So if
Right.
there's something that was said in one week versus another week, they can just quickly like zone into what they need.
Right.
So, I still am building a lot of things out. If you start here, it just takes you a little bit into basically what we saw earlier, but you do have your downloadables now.
Hmm.
So basically that link here basically just kind of expands this whole section to
Hmm.
let's get started. But you see there's no PDF links here. That's
Yeah.
only
Right.
within. So that's important to set that up. And then here, I'll show you the success path here.
Oh, that
Um,
looks so great. Oh,
yeah,
it just all
so
looks so
screw up a little
clean
bit.
and
And these, you'll recognize these. These are all your thumbnails.
ah,
So yeah, so they'll, I kind of have a little glitch there. They're going to fix that for me because that should really have the words like watch now, but somehow I accidentally deleted that. So I have to add that back in.
yeah.
But yeah, basically they're just a bunch of different videos that can be played explaining each of the stages. And then I'll show you what one of the modules look like. We'll just pop into this one. You can see I haven't changed the thumbnails
Yeah.
yet for
Yeah.
these
Yeah. You're
little
working on it. Right.
placeholder ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
But
But I
then,
love it.
yeah, I'll replace these with mine, and obviously the videos will be there as well. But and then I'll add some PDF links as well. So
And
it's
I see how within each module, if you go back really quick, you have, the explanation of that module up at the top too. So there's a little information about the module. So in this module, you've got your image there, which makes sense. It looks like blood. So, and you're talking about blood flow. So there's a little explanation with it. And each module will have its own, explanation, and then people will get in and be able to dive into that playlist and really, discover what that module is offering. So
exactly.
that's
I'll
great. That's
this
great.
one here will just be like a general introduction to the module, kind of like a high point, and then each of these are going to change, and then one will be a little bit of like what they need to do in their diet, what they, maybe supplementation, what they need to do, exercise, so I'll just kind of break it like that into tiny little slivers,
Hmm.
like maybe
Hmm.
5 minutes each versus like one long video of an hour
Hmm.
with
Right.
everything in there. So
Right.
yeah, it'll get there. I still have a little work,
Yeah.
but
I love how well orchestrated everything is. It is very clean. It's very easy to navigate. And I can't believe you put this together in just a few hours. That is incredible.
well, only because I did the Plan It, Build It workshop that
Right.
they put thumbnails in here for us, and I just
Right.
really didn't have to. But what it was so powerful about that was I wouldn't have been able to probably figure this out on my own. Like I really needed someone to kind of walk me through. And then I had your thumbnails from Canva. I just
Mhm.
literally had to go in and kind of change the colors a little bit and change some of the pictures, but that was easy peasy, and just plop them in where they belong. And
Great.
so really it was, Searchie has been so incredibly user friendly
Great.
and simple.
Great. Well, any advice that you would have for, I mean, the other thing that I love, just really before I ask you the last question, but is I love how you just kept it simple with the colors too. You have pink and you have black, and it keeps it really, easy on the eyes, and you have a lot of nice white space, and that is also easy on the eyes too. So it really helps. It leaves it easy for your people to be able to navigate and find what they need. So
Yes,
that's
thank you.
great.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
And again, it's really because Searchie, when you go in, they really give you a primary color and a secondary color, and that's it. You certainly can, with the thumbnails that, your thumbnails here that we're seeing, like 1 through 12, you already created that beautiful gradient to it. So I just changed it. I think yours was like a bluey gray.
Mhm.
I needed that kind of more pinky peachy.
Mhm.
And that's it. I just threw in my primary color, which is this color here.
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
is my primary. The black is my secondary color. And then I guess it defaults to the white, or
Mhm.
so the
Mhm.
text is appropriate. But those are the colors I used in Canva, was this primary color. So it
Mhm.
all, and that was as complicated. And then I found pictures that would sort of match what the modules are about, genetics, inflammation, like you said, blood flow, things like that. So that was really it.
All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So I really,
So
without
what
you.
advice would you have for somebody who's, getting ready to get started, or who's, either thinking about surgery or is getting ready to get started and building their hub, or any of that? What advice would you have for someone?
Yeah, absolutely, get Searchie. If you're on the fence, you just need to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I need that workshop. That's really what was my launching pad, was that. So hopefully they have the trainings, or you can get into a similar type of, once you go through it once, it is super easy to replicate. I think the
Mm-hmm.
one-time walkthrough is important. Get Michelle's templates. That was like a humongous time saver. And I just literally plopped things in. So get Searchie, get Michelle's templates. I think you're working on some new ones, right? This is
Yeah, yeah.
just kind of
And
out
this
there.
was my free one too, by the
It's a
way.
free template, and it's
Yeah.
gorgeous,
Thank you.
and can serve you well. But obviously I'm going to buy some more in the future, because as I make more programs, now that this is easy and I can feel that I can do this,
Mm-hmm.
the content that I need to teach is nothing, because I'm used to that. I've been doing this for 20 years. It was how to set this hub up,
Mm-hmm.
and get people in it. So I'm excited for my students. I'm excited to be launching shortly, and I'm excited for the students to come in. But if you haven't gotten Searchie, sign up, get it. You won't regret it. And then obviously connect with Michelle and get all her things. And you also do a lot of website design and branding and things. So you can be really helpful with colors and logos and things as well. So get Searchie and connect with Michelle are my advice.
Well, and obviously too, I mean, we'll be looking out for your stuff, and, connect up with Dr. Tatiana Habanova if you have any brain health stuff. Where can people find you if they're curious about you until you launch your products? Where can they
Yeah,
find you?
probably my website has everything on there, my links, all my socials, things like that, freebies, resources. So just Dr. Habanova, which is HAB as in boy, NOV Victor A.com. So drhabanova.com. But otherwise, reach out to me on social media. I'm on Clubhouse a lot, and Facebook, a little bit of Instagram.
Where can they find you on Clubhouse?
Clubhouse is just Dr. period Habanova.
Okay.
Or if you put women's brain health, I'm really the only one that pops up, and we're going to get a club soon. So welcome to join in on any of the conversations. Love to have you and help,
Great.
any way I can, answer questions or just guide you as best as possible. Mhm.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with me. I'm so excited to have you. And if anyone has any questions when we get this out, please feel free to reach out to me or to Dr. Tatiana about any of this. And we're happy to help answer any questions about her Searchie success. And thank you so much for being with us, and happy building your Searchie. Have a great day. Thanks, everyone. Bye.